It's about time that we start talking about the meaning of freedom of speech in the right way, in a grown-up way, not in the way people wants to do it right now, in which everybody has the right to say whatever they want without considering the consequences of what they're saying. We're talking about using the freedom of speech, but I think the American people, the right-wing America, consider the abusing freedom of speech. I'm very much for freedom of speech. I think that you cannot stop anybody to say what they want, and this is one of the beauty of America, respect to other countries, but definitely not European countries, because they have the same kind of freedom of speech, even if Americans, they don't know that. The point is that there are countries in which you understand the meaning of freedom of speech, but abusing your freedom of speech, just behaving like a childish, spoiled person, doesn't help the cause of freedom of speech. Why not? Because we are not just allowed to do whatever we want. We have also duty and responsibilities. As I was saying before, if you don't understand the meaning of freedom of speech, you can cause problems. You can have blood in your hands, like Pastor Terry Jones and the filmmaker who made these stupid, absurd, ridiculous movies. Many people can say, oh, but South Park did exactly the same. No, actually not. South Park is mocking religions, but not religions promoters. It's not mocking Christ or mocking Muhammad and so on. Actually, it's mocking who interpret the religions and the way they interpret the religions, which is the most important part. Because when you use freedom of speech, you really need to be very careful the way you use it, because you have to behave like a grown-up person. And you don't have to use it just to provoke other people. That's what you are abusing your rights. And nobody can tell me the opposite, but Reverend Terry Jones and this filmmaker and other people in the Tea Party, they do on purpose to piss off the Muslim people so that they can have a reaction on that. And this is so childish, so spoiled, so unfair, and you have blood in your hands. For me, you are as responsible to the attacks to the ambassador and to the other people and all the attacks to the embassy in the same way as the terrorists or these people, they did it. Exactly the same, not different. Coming back on the value of freedom of speech, if you notice, Mitt Romney not only insulted America and the way he insulted the president with the comments that he had to avoid, but he didn't mention the fact that who provoked this mess has been this filmmaker sponsored by this asshole of the Pastor Terry Jones. As I said, these people should go to jail, because when abuse freedom of speech, practically you're behaving like a spoiled kids. And this is one of the major problems with certain kind of America. They believe that they have all the rights and they don't have any duty of any kind towards the government or towards the other people. They just insult other nationalities, other religions, other people. They think they are the best, like spoiled kids, as I said. And at the very end, these are the consequences. Don't blame others if you are hating. One of the many examples that we have right now is, for instance, the same day of this attack, there was an answer from President Putin of Russia about the comments of Mitt Romney. They consider the first problem Russia, not terrorism, Russia. This is the arrogance and the attitude of a 3-year-old kid, practically, that you don't understand the meaning. You are not able to balance the weight of your words, at the point that you irritate people that actually could help you, because we are no more in the Cold War. Even if I don't love Putin, but diplomacy is diplomacy. And as a matter of fact, this guy is very well intentioned to create problems if Romney becomes the president. And that's the last things that we want to have, problems with Russia. The things with Mitt Romney went so bad at the point that tons of Republicans, including Joe Scarborough, that actually said this guy shouldn't win the election at all because he is not a liberal, is not a conservative at all, he's just a businessman and want to make money. And this is said by a conservative. And many other conservatives, they are considering his assault and the way he sees foreign politics as well as internal politics in a way that are dangerous for our countries. Fortunately, some conservatives are waking up, like Charlie Crist, for instance, and now in the ex-governor of Florida is now supporting Barack Obama. This is not the America people really want. This is a joke of America, and unfortunately it's so risky because now you have hundreds of people. Yes, as I said, hundreds of people, thousands of people fighting against America. Today we have tens of protests worldwide around the American embassy, and it seems that clear that it's not against the American embassy, it's not specifically against that. Actually, I think that people is totally pissed off about the fact that they are not respected. The fact that, and I have the feeling that he's starting with the Islamic people, but I think this is going to spread all over the world for other reasons when America, or not the president and the government, but certain kind of American, provoke any country on anything, not only religions, at the point that people are pissed. And I cannot blame them. I cannot blame them at all. Grow up. I believe that these comic strips say more about Mitt Romney than anything else. Opportunism and lack of taste, a lack of ideas, a lack of leadership, and no backbone, and disrespect not for American people and for the other people all around the world. Mitt Romney is the kind of person that love to send people to war, like Paul Ryan, but they try to escape from war, or they don't have any contact at all with war in their life. It's a kind of a coward kind of attitude. I don't like war. I don't like in general military things, but I respect people that go to war. To serve the country. Thank God that we have a president is a class act president, not only in foreign politics but also in economics. That's a big difference. Respect Mitt Romney and what's going on in this country. But the problem is that these small-minded people have the power through their words to inflame hatred around the world against you. We are talking of a person who doesn't have a real plan on anything. Foreign policy, internal policy. His plan practically is mathematically impossible, as demonstrated by many analysts and by Bill Clinton and so on. And the problem is this one, when he comes out and say, are you better off now than 4 years ago? Well, economists clearly said that there are three elements that are very important in people's life. First one is to have a job, the second one is to have a home, and the third one is to have a pension plan for the future. Well, Bush destroyed the three of them, while with Obama the jobs are coming back, the housing market is coming back, and we double the 401k during the Obama years, passing from 6,500 to 13,000, sorry. These guys and the people like Terry Jones and these other fanatics support them, not only destroy completely the image of the United States abroad, but also the image of the United States internally, because they are destroying any minority, elderly, women, gays, Latinos, blacks, you name it, students, disabled. They are in war with everybody. internally and externally. That's the truth. This is the major problem that we have if we elect people like this, and if we don't stop people like Terry Jones and others, Pat Robertson. We go back to the Saint Inquisition. We go back to the mammoth. I mean, the GOP elephant is regressing into a mammoth, is getting worse. America is a very unique position to be a country that can do absolutely fantastic things, but unfortunately there is a good amount of Americans that do awful things every day. So we are at this extreme, and we need to find a place in the middle between the two. America can do much better even than normally do, and can stop doing worse the way it's doing right now. And you see the difference of the character of the candidates, even in simple things like the campaign buttons. The Romney button outsourced in China, while the Obama-Biden button has been created by the unions in this country. These are symbols, very little things, but they show the character of the people better than probably any other speech, any other thing. So in November, remember, you don't have to boo, you have to go and vote. We don't need to change the president. We need to help the president to change the Congress, because this is the cancer that is blocking everything. Put Republicans and tea-baggers out of job. They don't deserve that. They didn't do the job. They are paid for doing nothing with our taxpayer money.